Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy, P-Funk, thinking right out here in my lab. And I'm about to start a new book. We should start the first chapter, but I got to start from the beginning. This is going to be about the cover. This is saying a whole story. I'm going to tell you about it. How about that? Right thinkers, let's get this party started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and hopefully motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Want to do a little bit better for yourself. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to reach that goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I get through, because that's what I do. It's rhetorical, but you know how to answer for yourself. Tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know, is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock, here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And two, Mayat be true. This is the cover of the book that started off for me, Egyptian Yoga. It's been 30 years. This has been 1995. Now it's 2025. This is the 10th year anniversary. But this cover, I did it a few years ago. I'm going to do it again for you. Break it down for those who don't know, not familiar. They say a picture worth 1,000 words. I'm about to give you a whole bunch of words to express what this picture is saying to you. How about that? This is a good lesson. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go. I just showed you the cover. Right thingers, we talk about the cover. Alright. Asar is someone sitting there in the mummified form, sitting on a throne in his shrine, surmounted by a winged disc. That's up here. That's right here. That's Haru. That's the spirit, the all-encompassing spirit. I'm trying to break it down as we go. Alright? So it's going to be picture, word, try to break it down. Hope you get to understand it. He's flanked by surmounted by the winged disc. The winged sun disc represents Haru. That's the hawk, the all-encompassing, all-pervading divinity. The spark that's in us comes from God, so we are what? Gods in the flesh. Asar, who in this teaching, in this lesson, assumes the role of the physical manifestation of Netta. I just got finished watching the Masonic channel, and me being a Mason, they showed the compass in the square. The compass, since it represents what? The circle, God, spirit. The square makes what? Matter. Perfect breakdown. I said, they don't take out stuff and brought it to the forefront. It's just information. They call it esoteric teaching. Good concept. I like that idea. It proved what? Spirit over the matter. And the compass is over top of the square for all my Masons. You only see one leg at one time. You see both legs at the same time. Once you get what? Enlightened. Knowledge of self. They were teaching that a long time ago. All right. But again, Osiris, who was the teacher in this image, represents the spirit. Manifest in what? Of the netter God. He represents, like Haru, that which is what? Up there. You see me always pointing up there? The falcon flies higher than any bird. When the storm comes, most birds go seek cover. The falcon fly over top of it. Okay, so he a bad man. That's your spirit. That's what it represents. And every time you see an animal hit on a human, they're taking you the characteristic of the animal. You need to think, become conscious of it, and use it as what? The force of that particular animal, symbolically. In this aspect, you got the green Asar, represents what? Mummified represents neither, watch this, neither existing or non-existent. That's Amun for real, but we call him Asar right now. But neither life nor death, but that which lies beyond the life force, the green energy, which vivifies what? Life in all things. No one why everything green is pretty much good. Okay, life, good, chlorophyll, heart chakra, but the heart is red. But according to the chakras, it's green. Good stuff. In the realm of Asar, there is only eternal life. He represents what? Death after this life, the afterlife, where we had a whole eternity to live through. But if you only make it there, you pass the judgment day, and you go hang out with Asar in the afterlife. The Greeks, y'all called him Hades. He in hell. Y'all called him the devil. No, the afterlife was eternal. That's concept, excuse me. But when you see Asar, this represents royalty, okay? The crown, the crook and the flail, okay? This represents power, but it's all symbolical. That's what I'm going to break down the symbology behind it right quick, okay? Asar holds the flail and the crook. The staffs in his hands. Both hands, you got one. And it symbolizes that he holds what? The power for leading one to absolute reality. Like the shepherd does the flock, the flail, the crook, that's what he used to keep you going, to guide you, to lead you. Okay, he's considered the great shepherd. Okay, because he leads you what? To Asar, the afterlife. And he also has the power, the crook and the flail. And the power to separate what? Mortal human beings, ignorant spiritual beings, not knowing who they are, into what? From the soul, just as the waning whip or the flare separates the chaff from the seeds. They used to send that thing, 3 pound, hit the thing and separate the chaff from the seed. That's an old farmer's, that's old stuff. But the concept is he can change you. We call alchemy, spiritual alchemy. From the feet, okay, let me show you this. You got the lotus growing out of his feet. A lady in the yoga position with the ankh coming on her stomach. Let's read that right quick. See what that symbolizes. What's this? From the feet of Asar arises the world lotus. The lotus plant is represented by new life. And why? Because it grows in the funkiest, dirtiest place, like the hood or the ghetto. Okay, that's where it grows. But guess what? When the sun come out, it opens up, pure, untouched. The dirt can't even touch it. And when the sun go down, it closes back up. Hence, that's the life sign, okay, symbolically. And everything that they symbolize, they would explain it to you, like I'm going to do, try to break it down and get you to understand it. But when you go to school and learn this, man, this is the best thing going. You getting information constantly. You got to keep up and catch up, all right? Where we at? So from the feet, you got the lotus flower. It symbolizes creation, which is supporting an Egyptian, which is supporting an Egyptian what? Female in the yoga will position with an ankh rising out of her navel. Okay, this symbolizes the ankh, key of life, right? Representing the union of opposites. That's Maya. Male, female, up, down, in, out, yin, yang, hot, cold. That's Maya. Two opposites come together to make a whole. All right, and representing the union of opposites, which leads to eternal life. Rise out of the body, perfected by your yoga practices. The spirit will rise up and come out into what? New life, afterlife. Everybody said the Egyptians was obsessed with death. No, death was a part of life that they showed you how to get through so you can go into eternity. They was hell bent on eternity. Getting there, that's what their big deal was. And in order to get there, you had to live a certain way here. They tried to teach you how to live here so you can get there. That's what Maya was teaching. I did the whole book which is showing you. Her job is to get you to what? Master oneself through study, practice, and your Kundalini serpent power will rise. You become enlightened. That's what you got the power to do. We all do. Ain't no one set people to choose. God don't pick and choose. You got to do the work. All right, where we at? The sun disk emanating rays. Whenever you see a sun disk, now if you count the rays, it's always going to be 7. That represents the chakra, the rainbow, 7 notes in music. The number 7 is mystical, they call it. 7 days a week, aka completion. When you reach the 7th chakra, ding, 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 fireworks, explosion. You hit the jackpot, so to speak. That's the concept. That's the number 7. Okay. Again, the sun disk emitting unto her body symbolizes the eternal spirit come out of her body. What's this? Now, the 7 rays from the sun represents the 7 powers of creation, as well as the 7 energy centers we know as the chakra or kundalini. 7 heavens, 7 hells. It's 7 everything. 7 days of the week, okay? And which are fully, when activated and all out, fully awakened, you have transcended upon what? The attainment of what they call the state of spiritual enlightenment. That's the goal for all right thinkers, okay? For everybody who's born here, but since we practice this philosophy, our goal is to reach what? Spiritual enlightenment, to know thyself. Now, you see, there's hieroglyphics everywhere, okay? On both pylons and all down here. I'm going to break that down for you too, all right? Let's talk about the inscription on the columns and across the first steps read as follows. What I'm about to read to you is columns right here. All these are hieroglyphic signs. Hieroglyphic signs. They tell the story. The whole bottom right here is telling the story. Let me tell you the story right quick. This is going to be fun. Oh, I'm good. We got good timing. All right, let's go. The inscription at the bottom on the columns and across the first steps read as follows. In this hieroglyphics, you'll see little people here, and it breaks them down as you go through it. As you're reading through, that's the ab, okay, that's duality, that's devotion, that's man and woman, that's the knot of bondage. Okay, these are all hieroglyphic signs that because I'm learning and seeing them, I can understand them, but no, I don't read the hieroglyphs. Okay, I don't need to make that. I don't understand them, but I can see and I recognize what they look like. Okay, from memory. All right, I've been looking at them long enough. Some of them I do know. All right, but description across the first does read: women and man live in bondage, aka ignorance of duality. We know right from wrong, but we choose to what? Follow what? Most of us do the lower nature. That's the easy road. The hard road is what? Doing the right thing. That's the arduous road. And we live in bondage and duality. But through love, this thing right here, and devotion to spirituality, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So spirituality is living that having a harmonious union, one's male and female aspect. They call it the linga, with the female version, female vagina, and the male phallus. Okay, they go together. They call it the ani, the linga in India. And you got the jade pillow, which raises one's spiritual life force through what? Purification again. Is represented by man pouring water, getting knowledge, okay? And it's backed up by what? The pyramid, not Rockefeller, okay? This is the pyramid right here. And it means, the pyramid means climbing the pyramid of what? Immortality. Everybody starts out here. When you reach immortality, it ain't a whole bunch of people. That's the difference. And same thing with the Christianity belief. They know everybody ain't gonna make it. So they give you out 144 number. That's 12 times 12. You want to know. That's the zodiac sign and the 12 channels in your mind. Y'all call it the 12 apostles. More information that if you knew, you'd understand things a little different. Okay? I got a lot of understanding from studying, learning, and now I'm trying to put the dots together. I got a bunch of dots, but now I'm able to connect them. And it's a beautiful thing that I can see. I'm trying to get you to see it too. Let's go. With balance, okay, excuse me, you raise the spiritual from force, climbing the pyramid of immortality. How can you climb the pyramid to immortality? The whole goal is to do that by daily practice of right thinking philosophy, aka yoga. And they got the flag, the feather of Mayat with balance. That's what she represents, and order. That's Mayat. That's her calling card. Okay. Good, judgment, and wisdom. One is now scarab beetle transformed. What? Now one gains what? Life eternal. And this is the most beautiful attainment. It's when the heart and the mind becomes one. It's the attainment of transcendental vision. That's the eye of Ra. Where am I? The eye of Haru is in there. Okay. That's the eye of eternity and consciousness. God is spirit, which is what we are, spiritual beings, and consciousness. Once we become conscious, we reach that level of understanding, becoming one with God in consciousness and in spirit. Now, we are one, in the words of Frankie Beverly, me and God, we are one. Christ, my Father and I are one. George tell you, everything is on the one. You come from the one. Let's go. Wrapping it up. I see the clock. I'm going to beat the clock this time. But when you reach transcendental vision, inner vision, third eye vision of eternity, you've reached what they call Hotep. That's supreme peace, or the sun and Bunam, supreme good, from the way you live while here on earth. Watch this. Birth into what? Godhood. When you become enlightened, you come Godhood, your original true nature. You found yourself. We come here lost. We come here no memory of who we are, not knowing ourselves. When you do that through the work that you put into studying, living, and pursuing, and manifesting for yourself, you now know who you are. Now you fit to go back home. Fit in that building not made in human hands. I want to be a brick in that wall. Okay, I got my slot. You got yours? I got mine. My tick is punched. This is the ultimate union. When the two lungs of the man come together to breathe and make one, that's Haru and Set. Upper and Lower Egypt coming together, okay? That's what the concept is. It's the union of what? Opposites. Where? Where is opposites? Lower nature, Set. Higher nature, Haru. The state of yoga is being taken care and transforming inside you. Become a spiritual alchemist for yourself and transform from being ignorant of self to what? Having obtained knowledge of self. That's the goal for all right thinkers. And I just gave you the cover thing. Broke it down for you. I got a little more information right here. It talks about now, I went to the Summer University. Got my little online stuff, did my little thing. Watch this. But this is the purpose of the school. This is how I acquire my knowledge. SEMA. S-E-M-A or SMA. S-M-A-I. Then he got the hieroglyphic for the SEMA, the sign. Okay, meaning the union between your trachea, your breathing, and your two lungs, right? There's two of them. In ancient, the word and symbol remaining what? Union. Coming together of what? Your higher and lower self. Again, this is all symbolic of you, the individual. You're Egypt. Upper Egypt, Lower Egypt. And watch this, which leads to your spiritual enlightenment in all human beings. That means we all have the same ability to acquire the same knowledge and be what? Our best self, become one with God. God relishes that. He punishes those who don't what? Do right by him. You a sinner, you missed the mark, death to you. He told his daughter, kill every unrighteous person. So now, for all y'all ignorant people, y'all doomed to hell to stay here, reincarnating, coming back and back. Y'all like this. Until you what? Wake up and become a better person to go back home and hang out with your father. Okay? And all those before you who've done it, they there. They ain't going nowhere. What? For eternity. They're going to be there. Imagine knowing who you are for the rest of your days. And they're not going to run out. You didn't get that opportunity. I do. You can too. We can't worry about ones. I know the ones who did. I know what you had to do to get it. And he didn't pass the test in life. Moving on. But the Sema Institute is dedicated to the propagation of the universal teachings of what we call spiritual evolution. Raising your conscious level to what? Know thyself. It is a non-denominational, non-profit organization which recognizes the unifying principles philosophically in all spiritual and even religious systems of what? Evolutions throughout the world. Our primary goal at the Sema Institute, goals are to provide the wisdom of what our ancient ancestors' spiritual teachings, not from this stuff that we getting from the Bible. I don't do the Bible. I do our ancient ancestors. First of all, that's the thing. In books, courses that they teach from, and other forms of communication to teach what we know as our spiritual truth from our ancient ancestors, not this belief system from the white man. Secondly, to provide expert, right there, professional instructions, authentic instructors, and training in the various yoga disciplines. You have to be proficient in the area that you're teaching, including ancient Egyptian philosophy, Christian Gnosticism, Indian philosophy, and even modern science. And thirdly, they were to promote world peace and universal love. That's a good thing. I've been with these guys for the last 20-something years. Okay? I do just what they say I do in my concept. When I'm teaching, when I have my classes, I did the same accountability. Okay? Wrapping it up. Spiritual counselor. I'm a spiritual doctor. I'm a spiritual alchemist. I have spiritual medicine. The problem with a lot of us, we don't know we're spiritually sick. That's a mental thing. Everybody think they thinking right and they function. No, you're not. You ain't close to thinking right if the things you do in your daily life is not getting you benefits. You're not living right, so you can't be thinking right. Trust me, I know. But the primary goal of the organization and Right Thinking Philosophy, I'm part of them now, is to assist in the dissemination and the correct understanding of our teachings of our universal spirituality we call Sema-Tawi. The Sema Institute, I learned, provides spiritual counseling to all those who make contact either by phone or by correspondence. They will respond, they will answer, and they will do just what they say. In order for us, speaking by them now, this service will accept donations from those who make contact the Institute or would like to contribute to the services. Your willing offer will be accepted and respected. It's even legal, so you can write it off. Okay, for y'all people with big money who throw money at everything, so you can throw money at us and write it off. So appreciate it. But we got one goal: to enlighten our people to ourselves. They have spiritual seminars, they have workshops, all these things that they was doing at the University, Sema University of Yoga in Florida. Okay? That's before I get started with the book. And this book I gave to my son, I'll never forget. Okay, Egyptian Yoga Part 2. This breaks down philosophies and different aspects of yoga also. But it's the supreme wisdom of enlightenment, right? And it breaks down, it gives you right here. It says, a long-awaited sequel to the Egyptian yoga, the philosophy of enlightenment. You will discover the teachings which constituted the epitome of ancient Egyptian spiritual wisdom. What are the disciplines which lead the blessedness of fulfillment of all your desires? What is the supreme knowledge which nothing is left unknown? To know all. That's to become one with God. Okay? Consciously. The teachings of the city of Waset, Thebes, were the crowning achievements of the sages and the saints of our ancient Egypt, because they summarized and comprehensively explained, broke it down, the mysteries of the entire symbolism of our ancient Egyptian pantheon of gods and goddesses that emanate from the one supreme being. Let's hear it, say it again. The one God, there was many, who forms creation while emerging as a trinity. Again, the trinity God is Amun, hidden, Ra, seen, visible, sustainer, and Ptah, the self-created one. That's us. And the theology sheds light on the Trinity system of what we call Christianity, as well as that of Hinduism and India, and it establishes the standard, the mystical keys for truly understanding the profound teachings, the mystical symbolism of the triad of human consciousness, which leads one to what? Spiritual enlightenment, supreme peace, aka immortality, or better yet, nihas. Discover, these are the things that you get in the book Egyptian Yoga. I got the book, matter of fact. It's somewhere around here. Here it is. See, I got all this information. I beat it up too. This is one of my favorites also. But these are stuff I keep for information, so I can teach the concept where I learned it from, where I got it from. I ain't got to sit here and make it up and give you a whole bunch of nonsense. That's why I bring the book to you. All right, wrapping it up with, these are things that the Egyptian Yoga tool will provide. It teaches you the discovery of the mystical hymns of Amun, the hidden one, okay? Discover the mystical wisdom of the Trinity and the symbol and the secrets of the realms of existence and the three states of consciousness. Conscious, awake, conscious, unconscious, and subconscious. Good lessons. Get them already. I'll give it back to you if you need it. But it also teaches you to discover the mystic wisdom which leads one to discovering the transcendental self which lies beyond all three states of consciousness. That's the Amun. That's when you reach him, the witness, the all-knowing, all-seeing. That's the goal that you want to get to. That's the book, got the lesson. Now I'm about to start. I ain't even got to chapter 1 yet. I did the yoga. Oh, next lesson is going to be about happiness. Right, thinkers? Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm breaking it in. New book. Join in. Get some knowledge. This is going to be fun. Hope you enjoy it. And in closing, may you all live to be 100. Maybe 100 miles a day. So I know that my right thinkers who starting to understand the Egyptian yoga philosophy. And at least when you see the cover, you know what you're seeing. They said, picture with 1,000 words. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll be back with more. You know how I do.